reports. I'd like to recognize Ms. Debbie Shedden to introduce our students.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Last month, we talked about COVID and the many ways that it has challenged us as a school system, and especially for our students. It's definitely been a challenging year. And I asked our student board reps if they would like to discuss with us some of the changes that they've seen, how they have perceived virtual education, and some of the challenges that they feel they face during this time. I will tell you that Clinch's representative Dalton is at a ball game tonight. He is playing. This is his last game at Washburn, so he was not able to attend tonight. But I'm going to open it up and let our Cherokee and volunteer board representatives, just very informally, you can sit there at your desk, speak to us and ask us any questions if you want to, but we would definitely like to hear from you.
Ms. Shedden, if it's okay with you, I may have them come up together and speak into the microphone so that those online can hear, but otherwise we let you stay in your seat, sorry.
Sorry about that.
But you can come up together and support one another, make it easier.
So some of the positives that I've seen throughout the year is the free breakfast and lunch for all students. This ensures that everyone is able to eat daily when they may not normally get enough food. Also, it has helped many families when school is out to be able to pick up food from the schools. Also, many families took advantage of this program through March to June and continue to use this program as school is virtual throughout the school year. Another positive is Virtual Fridays. This helps students to be able to review materials from the week and contact teachers with any questions on material. This time has been invaluable to students who work or help with their family to be able to make sure that they have time to remain caught up on their studies and ensure needed time to focus solely on any issues with any specific classes that have arisen during that week. Some issues I've seen is virtual learning can be more complicated than in-person learning in some aspects. Some classes are more difficult than others when it comes to online learning. Math classes are easier dealt with in person. Having the teacher there to ask questions and see what you have on your paper versus trying to follow along online and sending a picture of your work is not the same and is very time consuming. Also, if there are technical issues, students feel more stressed about their work and may even give up trying for the day, which wouldn't occur at school in an in-person setting. Even if you use laptops at school, you have a teacher there to help you troubleshoot problems quickly. Another issue is students sometimes feel overwhelmed by the amount of work online. This could be for many reasons. One, teachers vary as to the amount of work assigned to classes. A class may take 30 minutes to complete an assignment, whereas another may take 2 hours. With 5 classes, that could be anywhere from 2.5 hours to 10 hours of work daily. Another reason some may feel overwhelmed is that it is more difficult for some students to manage their own time. If the teacher or another adult isn't there to help them stay on track, the amount of work becomes overwhelming as time slips on throughout the day. This overwhelming feeling could be a combination of these reasons or for other reasons altogether.
Okay, so that's very hard to follow. Hers is a very detailed report, and I'm just going to be a little more brief with mine. I'm going to start with my positives. I have gotten feedback from the students, and I feel like, as she said, the free breakfast and lunch has helped several families and students in need, and I feel like that's a great continuation. And then to the virtual Fridays, I feel like that is very beneficial to the students and teachers, and most of the students and staff do as well. And I think it would be in the best interest to extend virtual Fridays as long as possible for the remainder of this school year. And this next issue, it's like the overall uncertainty with the virtual / in-person, and I'd like to talk about it as a pro and a con. I've heard from the students that it's certainly good that whenever we do have to close a school down, it doesn't have to be the whole school system. We do like it is up to the individual schools and that everybody doesn't have to close down. But the main issue I have heard with this is the uncertainty of not knowing when the school may shut down again and not being prepared enough to go back virtual, like not enough notice. And another con some students have expressed that they don't feel safe with the people that are at school not wearing masks, which there's really nothing we can do about that. But I was just asked if I would express their concern. I have one more positive I forgot to mention as well. I talked to my band director today, Brendan Linkus, and he wanted me to mention that he is very appreciative you all have given the performing arts, the opportunity to continue during this time. Thank you.
How do y'all feel like this has impacted your senior year? Like getting ready to go to college or start a career?
Well, it has certainly helped with, sometimes in college you have online courses for the whole semester, not like back and forth. So being more familiar with online materials is very beneficial. But I just feel like there's been a lot of stuff taken away that usually happens, and it just doesn't feel like a normal senior year, and this hasn't been what I was looking forward to my life, so I'm just kind of here, and it just feels like another school year.
That's sad. I hate that.
To also answer your question, I know especially like with the ACT too, we missed out on our first one, and then we didn't get to take any throughout the summer. So that's really set us back, because I've only been able to take 2, and so that's not helped me prepare for college to be able to get a better score than what I have.
Thank y'all for your time in answering those questions. Any of the board have any questions for them?
Okay, I talked to a student, I always talk to you. I talked to a student the other day, and she was saying that, like in high school, you all are basically in groups in the room, and that they could always tell when somebody had it, because you'd look over here and this group would be gone for so many days, and then they would come back. So does that kind of intimidate the students when they know that there are other students that have the virus or in quarantine? Are they afraid to get it? I mean, because you mentioned about the mask, and that's a very big thing for me, because you all are not little bitty kids anymore, you're teenagers. And so I wondered about that. How do you?
So for the main part, the people I'm around most of the time, we usually do get worried when students start going missing due to quarantining, and we really do get a little bit nervous. But I mean, there's some people, they just keep going on, and it doesn't really faze them as much. It's probably about split 50-50 on the concern quarantining.
Maddie up there too. They volunteered somewhere. I think you all did a wonderful job. I enjoyed listening to you and all the things that you said and shared with us. That you're very good speakers, and I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
See, that wasn't hard. I want a more in-depth report next month. Where's the party's gonna be, so I can cut all your parents. Director